Well, hello everyone, and happy Valentine's Day. This is an unusual event, and I'm so happy that everyone's here. And at this time, I'd like to call to order. Michelle, can you do a roll call, please?
Council President Valerie Reinthaler,
I am here on 9.
Vice President Andrew DeTillo,
Here.
Councilmember Shirley Blair Fuller,
Here.
Councilmember Brooke Burchett Williams is not present. Councilmember Deb Cassini Klein here, Councilmember Matt Stiglia,
Present.
and Councilmember Greg Pajanovich,
Happy to be here.
and Mayor Paul Getbrack.
Here.
Thank you so much. So if you're willing and able to, can you please stand for the pledge of allegiance?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. As we do in every meeting, this is a time for public comment. We have some people online. And we have 3 minutes. If you could raise your virtual hand and speak, that'd be great.
Kathy Warner, I'm going to go to talk.
Thank you.
Let's see, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, great. Let's see if I can turn on my camera before my time starts. Well, you know what? I'm not going to take time doing that. I'm at a hotel and I hope that the internet doesn't go off during my comments. I was not able to attend the public hearing on Monday regarding the 3rd application for a short-term rental, but I did get to talk to, I texted April Klein, who did attend, and I was going to urge you not to approve that application, but instead I took a few minutes to read the ordinance, and I'm going to take my time to urge you to, as soon as possible, revisit the ordinance to revise it, because I think it really has a glaring problem in that it requires the applicant to provide the name, address, phone number, and other requested information of a contact person. And I understand that the applicant just had the first name of someone in McKeesport. I don't know if she provided the address or not, but I think you really need to tighten up that ordinance and require the complete name, address, which cannot be a P.O. box. It has to be an actual location, phone number, and other requested information within a certain distance of the property, because it doesn't say anything about it being a local person, and even local may not be the appropriate term, something that would be legally binding to where they have a person who's managing it that lives within a certain number of miles, you know, like 20 miles or maybe 40 miles, something like that. Because you can run into the problem that they're having now in Pittsburgh with these rental properties that are just in deplorable condition, and they're owned by some large company, some LLC, and they can't get contact with them. You have to be able to serve documents in case you have to criminally go after this person. And I'm not saying that this particular owner is going to be in that category. Any owner of a Airbnb, you have to be able to go after them to serve papers, to charge them with crimes if it gets to that point. And also, I've talked to Matt about this and I brought it up. I really think you need to limit the number of short-term rentals in the borough. And I know that's you could be sued for that, but honestly, you can be sued for anything. And I don't think it would get to that point. So I'm going to urge you to very soon start working on revising that ordinance. And please include residents in the discussion. Allow us to give input, because I'm hearing a lot of talk about this and people are very concerned. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy. Kathy, for the record, would you just state your address? I don't think you did when you started.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, thank you for reminding me. Kathy Bordner, 1926 Hampstead Drive in Churchill.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks, Gabby.
Mhm.
Anybody else?
Yes, we have Sandy Fox. Sandy, I'm going to allow her to talk now.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Sandy.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Sandy.
Sandy Fox, 38 Holland Road, Churchill. I agree completely with everything that Kathy Bordner just said, and I would add to it my concerns about out-of-state rentals, out-of-state landlords, especially given the fact that there isn't a verifiable contact person. Also, I would add to the ordinance tightening, verifying that the contact person listed has agreed to take responsibility for any issues that may arise with the Airbnb, and that a background check is done, frankly, also for any a criminal background check on the contact person, and perhaps even on the owner of the property. Yeah, I'm very concerned about the possibility of problems developing and no recourse in terms of what a person renting the Airbnb would do if there's a problem with the property. I also understand from what April Klein had communicated that this particular property did not pass inspection. So of course, that's a huge problem. But that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
That is all for on the line.
All right, I'll give it another couple seconds, see if anyone else has, want to raise their virtual hand. Think we're good, okay. So we're going to now cease public comment and move on to ordinary items to accept by motion. Matt, can you read the minutes?
Sure, motion to approve the meeting minutes from the January 6th, 2025 council workshop meeting and the January 13th, 2025 regular council meeting.
Second. Any opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, would you read your written report, please?
Thank you. The chief has reported to me that there were no significant incidents for the month of January 2025. Our officers handled a total of 1,001 events for the month, 1,001 to date, consisting of calls of service and proactive patrol engagements and details affecting 3 arrests. The police department's vehicles logged in a total of 8,291 miles. The combined year to date is 8,291. The ticket summary for the month of January was, I didn't get the statistics on that, so I left it at 0 until I get that sheet. The magisterial fines for January 2025 were $919.50. The Churchill Police Department is currently accepting applications for the position of full-time police officer through Friday, February 21st, 2025 at 4 p.m. Applicants must be at least 21 years of age, possess a high school diploma or GED, must possess a valid PA driver's license and be Act 120 certified, which is essential for individuals seeking to become police officers in Pennsylvania. At the time of appointment to the position, qualified applicants will be required to complete a written and physical exam along with the drug screening. Our Churchill Police Department remains extremely competitive in salary compensation and offers a multitude of benefits, to include being one of the only agencies to offer a $5,000 signing bonus. The hiring will replace Officer Billy Blythe, who is retiring at the end of this month. This will keep our patrol officers at 8 and the chief. Applications can be obtained in person at the Churchill Borough Buddy or online at www.churchillborough.com. Details and other related statistics concerning the police department during the month of January 2025 are attached on the, are reported on the attached police department report.
Madam Vice President, make a motion to accept the mayor's report for February 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carries. All right, treasury report. How would you read that, please?
Sure, motion to accept the treasurer's report from January 31st, 2025, and directing the finance officer to pay the bills for the Borough of Churchill accrued since January 14th, 2025.
You want to read the law reviews?
Is there a second for?
Yeah.
Second. Okay, yes, for, as a general practice, we read our larger bills, and I'll be happy to do that. So the amount of $67,590.06, Big Liotti. So they are public works folks. That's for stormwater maintenance, leak collection, street and building maintenance, and of course, snow plowing. In the amount of $25,505.25. Gateway Engineers, their borough engineering service, that's the consent order, sanitary and storm sewers, and our GIS program. In the amount of $15,530.53. Cargill, that's for rock salt for treating our roadways. In the amount of $13,922.13. American rock salt, again, more salt because it's been one heck of a winter. In the amount of $13,236.00. MRM workers' compensation, that's for our payroll audit. And then in the amount of $10,894.06. Axon, so that's police equipment for updated body cameras.
Thank you so much. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you so much. And for that, I mean, we've been very lucky last couple of years to not have to spend that much money on salt, but it has been a struggle, as we all know, beginning of the year. We got back to Pittsburgh winters, so that's unfortunately, that's where these bills come from. All right, now we're going to move on to action items.
Madam Vice President, motion to approve ordinance 778, amending section 93-1 of the Churchill Code to establish the Borough of Churchill tax collector salary at $8,000 for the term beginning in 2026.
Second.
Second.
All right, any discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries. Madam President, Vice President, motion to approve a 3-year agreement with Hossack Speck, Russell and Wood LLP to complete Churchill Borough's annual audit for years 2024 through 2026.
Second.
Any discussion?
Just have a discussion.
Okay.
The audit will be from just the 24, 25, and 26. When will they start?
As soon as we give this approval, I can get a date on the books with them.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Any other discussion?
Yeah, I was just gonna comment and say, I appreciate it. I know we had some questions, in one of the previous meetings, and Michelle did some additional, outreach to other boroughs of our size and fellow managers, as well as 1 or 2 other companies. So the, price that we're getting is, quite competitive, compared to some of the other folks, so that was good to understand it here. Appreciate that extra effort.
Absolutely. The due diligence of the borough staff is amazing, and everything that we do, there's bids out there, there's research out there. It's not that we're just signing a check. So I do appreciate it too. But thank you all. All in favor?
Aye.
Fantastic. Motion carries.
Madam Vice President, motion to approve resolution 4620 for Churchill Borough Police Department to have access to the Department of Human Services A-Team Alternative Response.
Second.
A little discussion here is, we had talked about this last meeting and what they will offer to the police, and to hear the chief speak highly about this program and doing the things that we can do to not always intervene the way that police are perceived to be is so important. And I think that as we continue going on, this type of help will help our police be better and our community safer. So.
And I think also to note, one of the biggest takeaway I took from when they were there was of them using evidence-based practices
Yes.
for community and how important that is. So that meant a lot to me.
Just an additional comment on that. I talked to the chief the other day, one of our officers. They had a situation last week where she said that would have been a prime example to have that available, because what was going on would need something like that.
That's exactly, to use the resources that we have to better our police and better our community. I think that it's a no-brainer. They do a great job. And again, evidence-based for communities is amazing. So I'm very excited about this opportunity.
And I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, this is at no cost to our residents.
Just a follow-up real quick, Gavin, I know you had a couple of questions. Were you able to get everything worked out that you had questions on?
Well, I did receive a copy of the contract with this contractor, between the contractor and the county. They are required to provide insurance to the county and indemnify the county. That said, there's not, the insurance and indemnity does not extend to the borough. So to the extent that there would be an issue, you know, the borough has its own insurances and its own defenses, and claims for indemnification if there would be an incident. But it does not have the contractual protection that the county has. This is essentially a county service, and I wasn't surprised not to see it extend to individual municipalities to the county service. But I don't believe there's a significant amount of risk to the borough in moving forward with this, but I want to disclose that, so thank you for it.
Thank you, Gavin. All right, so all in favor?
Bye.
All right, motion carries. Next.
Madam Vice President, motion to approve resolution 4620, the Churchill Borough Police Department has access to.
Next.
That's what-
Sorry about that. Motion to approve the contract authorizing the employees and agents of the borough to be present on the property of Churchill Crossings for the purpose of administration and operation of the commercial vehicle inspection program by the Churchill Borough Police Department.
Second.
Discussion.
I have,
This was a follow-up to an idea presented by the chief at the workshop meeting. After that meeting, the chief and I connected and he reached out to the property manager / owner of the Churchill, this is the Westinghouse property that we're referring to see if we could get permission to operate especially the weigh station, because there's really limited areas within the borough that the weigh station can operate. We were very pleased to find them, the Churchill Crossings folks, they're very easy to work with. They did want a liability indemnification, for sort of, they'd be protected if anything would arise during the borough services or inspection program, which we thought was very reasonable. In fact, they let me rewrite their standard liability form that they use for some of the other users of that property, like film companies and things like that. So we got that quickly informed, and we are presenting that now to councils to authorize the use of that property for that purpose.
Thank you, Gavin.
Just to add a little bit of further clarification. So I know there's, I saw a couple emails and some concerns from residents. So this is not allowing any additional traffic to come through the borough. Beulah Road where it's posted and semi trucks are not supposed to be going through there is still going to continue to be posted. This is so that when our officers pull those vehicles over, part of that is, they can do an inspection on that and then find them if they're overweight, if they have safety violations, et cetera. And in order to do that safely so that, Officer Lewandowski is not working on the side of the road, being that we have access to a property and the property owners are willing to let us do that, it's much safer for him to have those vehicles pull off to the side of the road over at the Churchill Crossing, do that inspection out of traffic, in a safe area. So they're welcoming us to use that. It will be for the, benefit of keeping our roads safer, and at no cost as well.
yeah, thank you, Matt, for saying that. I think that's really important because I've heard a few people saying, oh, they're charging the borough for this, and that is not true.
No, I appreciate the clarification on that, and I think that's, we're very lucky that they're willing to let us do that. And let's face it, I mean, if you see flashy lights on the side of the road, people slow down and there's accidents caused because of it. This is keeping our residents safe, people going to the borough safe, and our officers safe. So I think it's a great thing. No, I'm happy, very pleased with that. So, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
There's like, I talked with, Officer Lewandowski, he did perform one of the weights in our parking lot here. But like you said, it ties up our parking lot for emergency.
For
vehicles.
vehicles, right?
You know, you got a big truck in there and some emergency vehicles can't get in and out.
No, it's really the perfect location.
Absolutely.
Really.
This is the last guy he pulled over, admitted to him, he was just taking a shortcut. He dialed all the way around. He got caught.
And that is why we're very lucky to have Lewandowski to be here to do that, because that is not what we want in our borough, right? And we don't want these overweight trucks going through and tearing up our pavement, and the dangers are with it. So I'm very happy, and thank you for telling us that call. The motion does carry, since everyone said aye. All right,
Madam Vice President, a motion to permit the borough manager to advertise bidding out the 2025 paving program.
Second.
Yeah, so just a little bit on this, the three roads we're talking about for the three areas, Ridgewood's a small 200-foot section of roadway. It's just gonna be mill and overlaid. And then Marbury and Beulah are both going to be repairs done due to storm and sanitary sewer incidents from last year. So they're all gonna be done by paving contractors instead of the storm and sanitary O&M contractors to get better pricing for the borough.
thank you so much.
We spoke about this also in in our committee, infrastructure committee. And a lot of concern was for the bidding and how that bidding process is done. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that's done, and how that is bidded out. So we're looking at Ridgewood, Mulberry, and Beulah Road. Those are the three on top of our list of paving for 2025.
Yes.
Thank you.
Fantastic. All right, well, I appreciate further explanation, and all in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carries. All right, the discussion items. Not Denny. Secretary from Gateway.
Yeah, so just a heads up, work orders for your O&M contractors have all been sent out at this point. We're conducting pre-construction meetings across the next 2 weeks. So our hope and intent is that within the next couple of weeks, you start seeing some of those excavation manhole and manhole liners and CCTV contractors in the borough.
Fantastic, thank you. It's always better to be proactive than reactive. Michelle.
So we are working with Gateway and also the Infrastructure Committee for applying for PA Small Water Grant. So more information to come in that. That's open until April, I believe. So we do have some time before we submit that. Also, too, want to point out Ashley made some positive changes to the agenda. You'll notice that there's 3 sections now.
Thank you.
This one more clarification for some of the numbers. So thank you, Ashley, for working on that. I believe that's all.
Thank you, Michelle. Actually, do you have any add? I love this. Rob's on here, Chief's on here.
Yeah.
I think we're running out of things right now. Any other additional comments? We're gonna count, any committees or anything with that?
Articles for the newsletter are due, the end of the month, so the last day, that is the 28th, right?
Gotta get to writing.
Get
Okay.
'em in.
Get them in. All right. So, Borough Council Committee reports, we're at the very beginning of the year, and you see our bills that are listed right here, who we're paying right now, for finance and, infrastructure. Gave a fantastic report. Thank you to both Shelley and not Denny. On action, anything else? Add or nothing new? Okay. All right. Communication, you said the articles are due. Greg, anything on the deer committee?
No, we're gonna get ready to start planning. We'd like to do a spring workshop. Kind of just get something put together, maybe try to reach out to a couple agencies to see if we could get some interest. Hopefully get some good attendance for that and give people some tips, and it'll be green, everything will be green and good pretty soon, so.
Just means I have to whip up a lawnmower instead of a snow blower. Okay, no, that's great. Thank you so much. Any other comments, guys? Go ahead. Of course, I'm glad to ask.
I'll be short. I just wanted, I mentioned in the mayor's report about Officer Kleins retiring. after 33 years. So I mean, that's quite an accomplishment.
Absolutely, yeah.
Anybody who works that long, deserves to get into their retirement and enjoy it. I know I'm into my 15th year of retirement, I think. Anyway, I mean, so he put his time here. If you know Billy, he always had that infectious smile. I haven't seen him for quite a while because he's on night turn now, but good officer, and we're planning to do something. Details will be coming up. And the other thing was, if you are hungry for pasta on Sunday at the Black Ridge Civic Center, I think it's from 4 to 7, you can get a spaghetti dinner.
Yeah, $10. All proceeds go to the BCA, who maintains the building, park, and the pool.
Mhm.
So, and everyone is welcome to join the BCA, because you don't live in Black Ridge. You can join the pool, you can join just the BCA, they have fun events. It's really a family centric place, so, and heck, you don't have to make dinner on Sunday, so there's that. Thank you, Bob. All right, anything else, guys?
I just had a couple of general quick comments. I'll be hosting open office hours Tuesday evening from 5 to 7. I'm gonna host that in the Yagle room just because it's a little easier access for the evening. So any residents that would like to stop by or have any concerns, I'll be there and look forward to discussing. Again, just as a reminder, like the mayor said, the police applications are still open through February 21st. So I think we have 4 applicants so far, but if anyone knows police that might be interested, please let them know. We're certainly always interested in having good folks apply. And then the last thing is for anyone that might be interested, it is the Great Backyard Bird Count today and through Monday. So if you're interested, yeah, it's a volunteer project through Cornell University where if you take like 15 minutes out of your schedule and count the different birds that you see, and then you can submit that. It helps them track the ongoing health of birds around the nation. So it's a event. You can go to birdcount.org, and if you're interested in learning more or something you might be wanting to do.
Yeah, I've always wondered about that. Thank you so much, Matt. All right, anybody else?
Might as well just wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day.
Yes, yes.
Valentine's Day on a Friday, so I'm sure there'll be a lot of people out tonight. Be careful. If you're out and about on the roads, stay safe out there and have a happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
We thank you for the good.
Yes, and I would like to also mention that the gentlemen of council were very sweet and got us flowers and candy, which was fantastic. So that's more than I'm gonna get at home, but so I appreciate it, and I think that as we continue on, be safe out there. There's gonna be a lot of people driving around, and as always, we're always available. So please email us, please reach out to council. We are available at any time. All right, I think.
Val, did you have anything?
I did, yeah. Pardon me that I am not there in person. I did not want to get anybody else sick.
We appreciate that.
We're happy you're not
Yes,
here, Valerie.
we love you.
Don't take that the wrong way,
No.
but keep your
Yeah.
sickness at home.
Yes, I do not want to get anybody sick with whatever I have because it's really awful. But I did receive multiple emails this week from residents, and I wanted to address it publicly for transparency purposes. As some of you may know, there was a recent disruption to the lack of quorum for a scheduled meeting on Monday. Without a quorum, we are unable to conduct our official business, which obviously prevents us from fulfilling our duties, and it delays the progress on some matters. Luckily, we were able to reschedule, get a quorum within the same week, and that's really for the hard work of all the council members that are sitting there in person. So I wanted to say thank you, and thank you to Michelle for getting a meeting and getting it published as quickly as possible. However, this is unacceptable, and I do want to apologize to all of our residents for the inconvenience and the lost time for this. To my fellow council members, it is imperative that we really prioritize being there in person and communicating. Our residents do rely on us to show up, to engage, and to make decisions on their behalf. So failing to maintain a quorum really undermines that trust that they have instilled in us as elected members to Churchill Borough Council. So I ask that if you are unable to attend a meeting in person, you should really be notifying myself and or Michelle, the borough manager, in advance. So timely communication is not a courtesy, it's really a responsibility that has been laid upon us. So I think it's really important that we do that. So moving forward, I really expect better communication and accountability from all of us. So let's work together to ensure that we meet the obligations to our residents, so that we can continue serving them effectively. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President. No, I completely agree, and it was unfortunate that we all do, as anybody, it's a perfect storm, and I do personally apologize, but I got called out to work to actually save somebody's life. That's what I do for a living, so, and that it's so unacceptable, and we all know that our responsibilities and at least communication is the most important thing, and I think for all of us, for every day, whether you communicate to your friend, to your family, to your coworkers, to your council, and to your residents. I think communication is key. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Val.
Thank you all.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn. Or would you like to speak?
No, I didn't want to speak, I was listening.
Oh, motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. Meeting is done. Motion adjourned, and have a happy
Thank
Valentine's
you.
Day.
Have a
Thank you.
wonderful Valentine's Day
Thank you,
weekend.
happy Valentine's Day.
Bye
Make
all.
sure you take
Have
an
a great
Uber if
day.
you need to.
Yes.